It's Friday morning, and the kids are off to school. Excuse me. And I'm just doing a little bit of cleaning up before I get my day started. Because today we're planning on doing a little bit of work in the house and probably do a workout. I'm gonna do some my kickboxing stuff today, so do some of that. Meantime, it's laundry day. Got a pile of laundry I gotta do. Figured I'd get it started, so it's one less thing Julie has to do today. Why it's time. So that's the plan. So, I got a little bit of a present for myself. My income tax check. It's a little bit of a little something I should have got a while ago, but didn't have the money. It's a workout bench to replace my other workout bench. Now, before we get too far into this, this is the only reason I'm replacing this workout bench. See how thin this plywood is? Well, when I would use the bench, which I designed fairly well, I might add. I had this tucked in here with a little tab to keep it up in the air. It's solid sideways, it's solid downward. Really, all I would really have had to do was buy a piece of plywood and replace it. But the cost of plywood was nearly as expensive as the bench itself, so I just bought the bench. But anyway, this is the bench. Had it tucked in there so it wouldn't go anywhere once I had it in an inclined position. The problem is when I was doing bench pressing on it, this thing had so much flex, and quite honestly it was a little flimsy, so Julie talked me into replacing it, so I bought this instead. Now, this one, it comes from Canadian Tire. It was about, I think, 80 bucks on sale, and it does. It inclines, it declines, and it's also a flat bench at the same time. So I think it's going to be a good addition. I didn't want a big bench press because it would take up too much room in my weight room, or exercise room, I should say. My plan is just to tuck it in the back corner there, like I always do. And then eventually, I have the wood for it, I just need to find the time. I want to build a rack here to house all my weights. I'm going to build them up into dumbbells, and then I can just put them down on there. Kind of like the one I had in Capriol, but anyway, that's the plan. I just need to make it. So that was probably the stupidest thing I've done in a long time. I thought it'd be a great idea to use a box cutter to open the box, and I ended up cutting right through the freaking pad of my brand new bench press. Duh. Well, got it all together, and I even fixed the tears, or the cuts, by adding a handy little racing stripe down the middle. If you can guess what that magical racing stripe is made of, you win. So we've been really busy working on the living room. Julie just lays around most of the time, but this is our new color. Instead of red, we did it this color, right, Julie? Yeah. And
it's not so depressing.
It's not so depressing anymore. It's a lot more relaxing. Don't mind the kitchen. It's a disaster. We have kids, and we have to put them to school, and they leave their clothes everywhere and stuff. But anyway, it's getting there. Slowly but surely. Eventually, we're going to replace these cupboards, but not anytime soon, because I'm still not at work, although I go back soon. And one day, probably remove these tiles or cover them up or something, put drywall up there, but for now, it looks good enough. It's coming along. So, I'm lazy and love to eat leftovers, so I decided I was going to take some salad, which Julie made the other day, that has kale in it, spinach and lettuce, carrots, some little bit of cheese, and I added some leftover roast beef that she made from the other night, and that's what I'm going to eat for lunch today.